Hello, my name is Animus of VA Games, and this is episode 4 of Let's Play Mega Man X. In the last episode, X discovered some useful and some not so useful upgrades in Airport 9, and claimed the almighty Storm Tornado weapon. In this episode, we'll explore a makeshift weapons factory and learn a little bit about ingenuity. Already we're coming up on the first major point of interest for this stage, which also happens to be the most difficult single jump in the entire game. It took me a long time to record a video where I successfully make this jump on the first attempt, so I was very pleased with this run. Anyway, if you can actually make it onto that little wall, the worthless helmet upgrade will allow X to break bricks like a plumber and scale to a well-hidden room with a third upgrade capsule. This capsule, unlike its predecessor, is not worthless. In fact, behind the dash boots, it may be the most useful upgrade available. It is none other than an X-Buster upgrade that allows X the ability to charge his weapon to a third pink level for additional power. The most notable thing about this upgrade is another new feature to the X series, the ability to charge secondary weapons. Each of the Maverick weapons has a charged secondary firing mode that increases the power or usefulness of the weapon. Experiment at your leisure and find out for yourself what these new effects may be. This upgrade is so pertinent to the series itself that Capcom insists that you get it literally. If you do not acquire the weapon upgrade here, the game will give it to you via a story-driven event later. Therefore, this is the second of 4 upgrades that it is impossible to beat the game without. Immediately after the capsule upgrade, the factory opens up to a very large room with platforms of various heights. There's a heart tank and a sub-tank ripe for the picking, but they're not without some prerequisites. This brings me back to the end of my last episode, where I promised to blow your mind. You may have stumbled upon this video expecting that the lair of Flame Mammoth would have more flames. Well, you'd be right, sort of. Flame Mammoth stage is actually full of fire. Didn't you see it? Here, let me show it to you again. Can you see it now? The stage is ordinarily consumed by hellfire that can make getting around a little difficult. More importantly, the heart tank underneath this walk is impossible to get without dying at this point because of the liquid hot magma. So what did I do to cool things down in here? I killed Chill Penguin. Defeating Chill Penguin causes snow and ash to replace the fire and brimstone of Flame Mammoth's factory. Similarly, I mentioned how the Death Row Humor crashes into Spark Mangel's power plant after you defeat Storm Eagle. This causes power failures in the plant that disables some of the electrical traps. Now, against the backdrop of modern technology and innovation, this feature is hardly impressive. Amongst its peers, however, this was clever and added a new layer of depth to the game. This kind of environment manipulation was not common practice during the Clinton administration, although Al Gore might beg to differ. At any rate, when you make it to the heart of the factory, you'll find Flame Mammoth waiting patiently to challenge you. Flame Mammoth's battle chamber, like himself, is very large, and has a conveyor belt that runs the entire length of the floor. Despite his girth and stubby legs, he's actually capable of jumping higher and farther than X himself. When he lands from one of those jumps, it causes the whole ground to shake, so either jump or cling to the wall to avoid being taken off your feet. He can also use his trunk to spit oil and fireballs. The oil can impede your running movement, and the fireballs can actually ignite the slicks. As if this boss wasn't easy enough, though, he'll occasionally stop fighting in order to try to taunt or intimidate you. Take this opportunity to score some free hits and beat him down with his own hubris. If you are having trouble with this boss, feel free to use the Storm Tornado on him to cause bonus damage. The Boomerang Cutter can actually sever his trunk and disable his flame and oil attacks. Although you probably will not have the weapon by this point, keep it in mind for later. When you finally defeat this boss, you'll obtain my favorite weapon, the Fire Wave. It turns the X-Buster into a short-range flamethrower. In the next episode, we'll revisit an old location and put our new weapon to good use. Until next time, thanks for watching.